Good morning, students. Today I am going to teach about History Lesson 5 Craft and Industries. In this lesson, we will discuss about pre-colonial period in India, advent of European trading companies in India, the Industrial Revolution in Britain, deindustrialization in India, modern Indian industry under British rule. First, we will discuss about pre-colonial period in India, which refers before advent of British in India. In pre-colonial time, India was a flourish center of craft and industry. There were several skilled artisans. They worked in different kinds of industries. In cities, they worked in workshops or karkhanas. In the village, the people worked from home, helped by the family members. This system of production was known as cottage industry. Advent of European trading companies in India. The arrival of the European trading companies and the final establishment of British rule in India, there was a gradual decline of traditional industry in India. This process known as deindustrialization. The Industrial Revolution in Britain. As a result of Industrial Revolution, the Britain began to make large quantity of different goods, especially textiles. These industries need a continuous supply of raw materials. So the agents of the English East India Company began to force Indian peasants to grow cash crop like cotton, indigo, tea, coffee as the raw materials and sell it to them at a low price. As a result of Industrial Revolution in Britain, the goods produced in British factories also needed large markets. So the British began to aggressively promote the sale of their factory made goods in India. They imposed heavy duties on Indian goods entering Britain, but freedom British goods entering in India from paying duties. This made the already cheap British clothes cheaper too. This policy was known as one-way free trade. In this manner, British policies had dealt a crush below to Indian crafts in the time of 19th century. During colonial period, with the decline of traditional industries, many Indian artisans lost their jobs. They also lost their patronage of aristocracy as the British had stripped them of their wealth and power too. Thus, many artisans were forced to return to agriculture activities in their village. Here we will discuss about deurbanization and deindustrialization. Prosperous centers of craft like Dhaka, Murshidabad also went into decline. This process of decline of urban centers and the migration of people from city to village is known as deurbanization. The gradual process through which economic activities move back to agriculture from industries is known as deindustrialization. Modern Indian industries under British rule in India. On the one hand, British rule and their policies led to the decline of traditional craft and industries in India. On the other hand, the age of modern large-scale industries also began in India during this period. The initial efforts towards this development were taken by the British in their own interest. As their hold over India strengthened, they took manufacturing goods in India itself in order to save costs. Thus, they began to improve conditions of the factories they had set up as traders and built new ones. These factories were equipped with modern machines and employed Indian laborers. Modern Indian industry under British rule in India. In order to link sources of raw material to the factories and the finished product to the markets, the British took to improving mode of transport and communications. So they built roads and also railways. In the same time, a modern post and telegraph system was set up in India. The plantation industry in India. Plantation industry were one of the first kind of industries to be set up by the British in India. Huge estates were taken up for the cultivation of cash crops like cotton, indigo, tea, coffee, and rubber, so on. Most of the plantation were owned by Europeans, where Indians were employed as laborers and made to work under extreme conditions. Large scale tea cultivation was introduced by the British in Assam and then in Darjeeling in the early time of 19th century. The same time, coffee was grown in southern part of India. The textile industry in India. The birth of modern textile industry in India took place in Mumbai in 1854 with the setting up of the first cotton mill. The Bombay's proximity to the cotton growing black soil region of western India made it ideal location of the cotton mills. Soon cotton mills were set up in Ahmedabad, Madras, Kanpur, Solapur and Nagpur. As the number of cotton mills increased, artisan weavers and peasants gathered to them in search of employment. However, it was only after the First World War, when the cotton textile import from British declined, that Indian cotton mills would flourish. The iron and steel industry in India. Throughout the 19th century, India imported steel manufacture in Britain. Then in 1907, a steel factory was set up in Jamshedpur. The Tata Iron Steel Company Tisco started manufacturing steel in 1912. When import of steel from Britain reduced extremely due to First World War, Tisco began manufacturing rail for Indian Railways. By the end of the war, Tisco became one of the largest manufacturers of steel in India. The iron and steel industry received further development during the Second World War. Jute mill, flour mill, and timber mill, leather tanneries, sugar mill, and mineral industries were some of the other manufacturing industries that were set up in later half of the 19th century and earlier 20th century by the Indian industrialists. However, in spite of the British initiative and the effort of enterprising Indian industrialists, the process of industrial development was very slow in India until independence. There were several reasons our process of industrial development was very slow in India until independence. Let's see one by one. The Indians found it difficult to get loans from banks. The railways freight rate were lower for the distribution of foreign imported goods than for domestic goods. The British would import machinery needed for setting up factories from Britain. Indian manufacturers, however, did not always have the means to build the machines or the funds to buy them. Okay, thank you, students.